guys, my name is Carly Pearl. Today's practice will be an all-level slow flow, and I do recommend a few props. However, they're just suggestions, they're not required. The first is a strap, which if you don't have a strap, you could use a scarf or a belt or even a towel. And then also a block. If you don't have a block, you could get creative with some thick books or even a basket flipped over. Hopefully it's a sturdy basket. But if you don't have them, no stress, they're just going to be options. And if you do have them, set them up towards the top of your mat. And lastly, a blanket. So we'll get started in a little meditation. If you have a blanket or even a towel, fold it up so that it elevates your hips above your knees. And please meet me here. So as you root down through your sitting bones, the cushion underneath your seat encourages the pelvis to tilt forward the slightest amount, which supports the natural curvatures in the spinal column. So feel that length all the way from the pelvis upward to your head, and then let your hands rest comfortably on your lap. The palms could turn open or you might turn them down, and let your eyes softly close. Start to tune in to the slow, steady rhythm of your breath. With the inhalation, fill your lungs, expand your chest cavity, and elongate through the back of your head. And as you exhale, slowly draw the air out. Create an active exhale by pulling the lower abdominals in to lengthen your lumbar spine. The inhale is to create space and lengthen your spine, growing a little taller. On the exhale, slowly empty the lungs, pull the low belly in gently to lengthen your lower back. Continue this pattern of breathing at the pace that feels natural and sustainable for you. And as you continue to breathe, I will share with you today's focus for practice, which is on patience. The more patience we can practice on our mats, in the yoga asanas, the yoga poses, and treat our minds and bodies with love and acceptance, the more that will begin to translate into our lives, right? In our relationships to the people in our lives, our relationship to the planet and to the universe. So think of treating your body like you would Mother Nature, with kindness, with respect, and with gratitude. Imagine if we were to ask flowers and trees to grow faster, we would either make them sick with chemicals, speeding up their rate of growth, or we would make ourselves sick by being in constant expectation of something that will not happen. The physical body is like the planet, and they require the same patience. If we ask our bodies to heal, to change, or to develop faster than their natural progression, we will either make our body suffer or we will suffer. And it's really the same suffering. So if you're waiting or hoping, or if you have expectations for your body, for this practice, for your life, or for the world, my invitation for you is to fully immerse yourself in the present moment. Be with every breath you take, with every movement your body makes, and see what the present moment has to offer you. Find gratitude for this moment and appreciate that instead of wishing it were any different. please take a slow, rich breath in through your nose. And part your lips, audibly exhale it out. One more cleansing breath in through the nose. And sigh it out the mouth. Seal the lips, breathe in and out through the nose once more. Softly open the eyes, interlace your fingers at the center of your chest. Inhale, flip your palms all the way up towards the sky. Take an inhale, lifting up through the crown, lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, take it up and over to the right in a lateral bend. Root down through your left sitting bone. Pull the belly in gently and feel the stretch from your left hip all the way up the left waist, left ribs, in towards the armpit. Palms press away from the head, and see if you can release any tension in the neck and in the shoulders. Jaw is soft. Take one more breath here. Belly is still firm. Inhale, come up through center. Pause. Take another inhale, lifting through the back of the head, pressing the palms up. Keep all that length. Exhale over to the left. Feel the right sit bone heavy against your mat or against any cushion underneath you. And then breathe space from the right hip all the way up into the right ribs and right armpit. Chin is gently lifted away from the chest. And there's just the slightest rotation of the chest, the upper spine, creating a little bit of a twist. One more full breath. And then slowly make your way up through center. Release the bind, lower the arms just beside your body. Take a moment to pause and feel the fresh blood come back into the arms and into the hands. Just noticing how that feels. And then from here, make your way forward to your hands and knees. And if you're using a blanket or a towel, you could open it up to be a little bit thinner and use it as cushion under the kneecaps. So please come to all fours, tabletop position. We'll move through a flowy cat-cow, which is like cat-cow. We just add on a child's pose at the end. This little movement pattern is called Chakravakasana. So find your sturdy table, shoulders over the heels of the hands, hips over the knees, shin bones pointed straight back. On the inhale, softly bend the elbows, sway the front of the spine forward, smile through the collarbones, little lift of the gaze. Exhale, begin to round your back, and as you round, bend the elbows, lower the forearms, move the hips all the way back to the heels, and let the forehead come down. Inhale, energetically drag back on the palms, swaying the spine. Inhale, all the way up to the top, tailbone lifts. Exhale, as you round, you're moving the hips back, bending the elbows, lowering forearms, and then forehead. Take it a few more rounds at the pace of your breath cycles. This movement pattern is so healthy for your spine. If there's one exercise to do every day, I would definitely say do this one. This movement pattern imbibes your intervertebral discs with fluid, so that provides cushion in between each vertebra. And we'll take one more round, moving mindfully at the pace of your breath. And then slowly come all the way back up to your neutral tabletop. A little engagement of the lower abdominals to lengthen the low back like we started with in our breathing. From here, inhale, stretch your right arm all the way up towards the sky. As you exhale, it's a flowy thread the needle, so sweep the right arm under the left to hover the right shoulder and right cheek. Inhale, unwind and expand, open, full breath. Exhale, sweep the right arm through to hover. One more round. Inhale, unwind and open up, spinning the right ribs back. Exhale, sweep it through. This time, lower the right shoulder, head down. Softly set the right cheek on your mat. Your left hand can stay beside your face, or you can walk it towards the top of the mat, or you can add a little twist and extend the left arm up, internally rotate the arm, bend the elbow, and bring your left hand to the low back or towards the right hip crease. So the half bind will create a little bit more of a twist, but allow your gaze to be neutral so the neck can be long and spacious. Try to keep the hips right over the knees. Sometimes they scooch forward a little bit back over the heels. And then take one more breath here. And if that left hand was lifted, place the palm back by your face. Root down, inhale, come all the way back up to the open twist. And exhale, lower the right hand down. Switching sides, inhale, left arm expands, left rib spiral open. Exhale, thread the left arm under the right to hover, so you're bending the right elbow, lowering the cheek closely down. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, sweep it through, hold. One more time, inhale, reopen. And this time to lower and gently set the shoulder head down. Again, your option. I would try to do the same thing on the second side to stay balanced, so the palm can stay by the face. You can extend the arm towards the top of the mat, or add a little bit of a twist, expanding the arm upward, internally rotating the arm bone, and then taking the half bind. And again, keeping the gaze neutral, just off the tip of the nose. Eyes are welcome to close. So the gaze of the eyes is your drishti, and that's a great way for us to focus in on the present moment. And sometimes the external drishti helps, having a focal point, especially in balancing poses. But when we're in these more gentle shapes, closing the eyes and making it an internal drishti can really draw you in, staying in the present moment. One more breath here. And then the right hand comes back beside the face, root down, inhale, unwind all the way open, and exhale, lower the left hand down. So we got the shoulders a little bit open. Now let's add a little bit of strengthening work. So from here, extend the right leg straight back, parallel to the earth, or as close as you can get it to parallel. So imagine stamping your foot on the wall behind you. Drop the right frontal hip bone down the slightest amount. Inhale, shift forward slightly on the left knee. Exhale, lower halfway, hug the elbows in by the ribs. See if you can graze them. Inhale, press up really strong through the arms, collarbones broad. Exhale, low belly stays engaged, lower halfway. Twice more. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, lower halfway. This is a modified one-legged chaturanga. Last one. Inhale, heart open at the top. Exhale, keep the expansion from crown to heel. Good. Inhale, press up. From here, curl the left toes underneath you. Begin to lift the left knee up. Right leg goes high into your three-legged down dog. From here, bend the right knee laterally, open the hip into a scorpion dog. Check in with the chest. Notice if the right shoulder is lifting away from your mat. Try to keep the chest level. Feel the stretch into the right psoas. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, pull the right knee in towards the chest, look forward and step the foot through between the hands. Lower the left knee down and untuck the toes. Then bring your hands up to the right thigh and press your palms down to lift your torso up. So Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Try to find the stacking of the joints, knee over ankle, left hip over left knee. Doesn't need to be perfect, but it helps give you more stability. So we'll do a little bit of dynamic movement into a low lunge variation. Right hand will stay on the right thigh. Inhale, left arm sweeps up, encouraging the heart to open. And exhale, lower the hips down. Press down through the foot and shin. Inhale to lift you, lifting through the pelvic floor. And exhale, lower the arm back to starting position. So moving through that little sequence. Inhale, left arm stretches up. Exhale, descend the pelvis. Inhale, lift up from the pelvic floor. Exhale, left arm lowers. Twice more. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, lowering. Inhale to lift you. Exhale, left arm lowers. This time, adding on and we'll hold. So inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, hips lower. Inhale, just lower the arm. Then from here, we're going to get into the left quad. This is where your strap or your block could come in handy. So you're welcome to use the block outside of the right foot. You have the option to keep the right hand there, bend the left knee. Maybe you have the flexibility to capture the foot. If you don't, a strap or a towel could be really helpful, and you could wrap it around the foot or shin or ankle, whatever you've got. And then the arms can either stay extended, right? So the knee doesn't have to bend a lot. Find the place where it's sustainable for you. And remember, meet yourself where you are in your body. There's no need to force it or to strain your body to get into it. If you have a nice long strap, you could even draw the elbows up and get a little bit more of a back bend, right? Or you can keep the arms straight and extended. Or if you can grab the ankle, maybe the right hand reaches back and you can find your back bend that way. Lifting through the side of the ribs, little lift of the drishti without crunching into the neck. And we'll take 2 more breaths here. And wherever you are, if you have a hold of a strap or the foot, carefully re-extend the left leg. You can set your block to the side and begin to straighten your right leg into a half splits, Ardha Hanuman. So the ankle is flexed. Imagine pressing the big toe mound and inner heel forward, and energetically you're moving the little toe mound and the outer right leg all the way back into the hip socket. And then from here we'll add a little fold. So let's turn the fingertips back today, just to encourage the heart space, the chest to stay broad and expansive. So inhale here with the spine long. Keeping all that length, exhale, fold over the right leg any amount. Keeping that action of pulling the outer right leg back and pressing the inner right leg forward. Think of sending your breath to the back of the right leg, breathing into the sensation. Take 1 more full breath. And turn the fingertips forward. Inhale, lift the torso up. Exhale, bend the right knee, lower fingertips or palms to frame your foot. Curl the left toes underneath you and lift the left knee up. If you have a block or any foundation to put under your left hand, you're welcome to, or just stay on the palm or fingertips. And then we'll add a twist, opening the right arm up, and we'll get a little bit more into the rotator cuff. So inhale, do a little backstroke, sweeping the fingertips back, and then forward, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more times. And then re-extending the right arm straight up to stack over the left. From here, prepare the core. So we're gonna really engage the lower abdominals. Start to hover the left hand. So you're lifting the weight off of the fingertips. Keep the core strong as you rise all the way up into an open crescent twist. From here, press down the feet in towards the earth and imagine scissoring the legs together at the center of your mat. Then you're elongating and lifting through the torso. And then the last part is the twist through the thoracic spine. If it feels okay in the neck, you can begin to gaze towards the right arm and give a lot of juice into that back arm, like you want to grab something behind you. You can challenge yourself by finding a little bit more depth into the right knee. One more breath. From here, right arm reaches forward, lift up, high crescent lunge. Take a breath in. Exhale, hinge forward halfway. Shift the weight into the right foot as you take a big step with the left foot into Utkatasana chair pose. Feet or hips width distance, weight is in the heels. Sink the pelvic girdle back and press the shin bones back so the weight is in the heels. You might even lift the toes and then gently set them down, spreading the toes. Knit the front ribs in. Take one more breath here. Press down through your strong legs as you rise. Unite your palms at the center of your chest. Close your eyes. And be with yourself. Be with the sensations. Observe your heartbeat, quality of your breath, the state of your mind. Simply be a witness and recognize the beauty and the blessings within just those simple little things. And we'll begin to take it to the left side. So arms will release. Inhale, circle the arms high, Urdhva Hastasana. Big lift. Exhale, open the arms wide, bend the knees, hinge at the hips, fold forward, Uttanasana. Let the belly touch the thighs, head hangs heavy. Inhale, come onto fingertips or slide the hands up the shins, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, plant the palms, step one foot back and then the other coming into downward facing dog. Just taking a few breaths here. It might feel nice to pedal out the legs, bending into one knee and then the other, swaying the hips a bit side to side. And then from here, softly lower the knees back down, preparing for second side. So first find that sturdy tabletop, right? Press down through the palms with straight arms. Feel the length from tailbone to crown. Low belly is active. Keeping all of that engagement, the left leg extends back. Roll the left frontal hip bone down slightly so the pelvis is neutral. Inhale, shift forward just a tad on the right knee. Exhale, lower halfway into your modified one-legged chaturanga. Inhale, press all the way up, collarbones broad, little lift of the gaze. Exhale, belly stays firm, lower halfway, keep pressing back through the left heel. Twice more, inhale, exhale. You're welcome to open the mouth and exhale to release a little heat. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, press back up. Leg stays lifted, curl the right toes, begin to send the right knee up. Left leg is still extended, three-legged down dog. And bend the left knee laterally, open the hip up. Stretching the left psoas. Keep equal weight through both palms. The chest is level. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale, pull the left knee in towards the chest, rounding the spine. Look forward and step the left foot through between the hands. Lower the right knee down, untuck the toes. Bring one hand up to the left thigh, then the other hand. Press yourself up into your low lunge Anjaneyasana. And moving through that little sequence once more. So left hand stays on left thigh. Inhale, right arm sweeps up. Exhale, sink both hips down. From the pelvic floor, inhale to lift you. Exhale, right arm lowers. Inhale, sweep up, open the heart. Exhale, lower down with control. Inhale to lift you. Exhale, right arm lowers. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. This time to hold in that little quad stretch. So inhale, right arm sweeps. Exhale, hips lower. Inhale, right arm lowers. You're welcome to use the block to the outside of the left foot. So again, you can reintroduce your prop to wrap it around the right foot, ankle, or shin. Or if you have the flexibility in the quad, reach back with the right hand, grab the outer edge of the foot. But remember to not push yourself beyond your body's limits. We don't want to sacrifice our integrity, right? We want to use our musculature and not sink into the ligaments and joints. Even though this is more of a stretchy pose, we want to find that place between the two of pushing and finding ease. Maybe that left hand comes back too, getting a bit more of a back bend. 2 more breaths here. If you have a hold of the foot or a prop, carefully release it. Lower the fingertips down and straighten the left leg. Oh, it's a little tender after that hold, huh? Fingertips walk back under the shoulders, and then let's turn them back. Inhale, draw the front of the spine forward, left ankle is flexed. And exhale, keep the length as you hinge at the hips and fold forward any amount. Inner left foot is pressing forward, outer left foot and outer left leg are dragging back towards the hip socket. One more full breath here. And slowly begin to lift the torso, turn the fingertips forward, bend the left knee, plant the palms or fingertips, curl the right toes and lift the right knee up. Then the right fingertips or the palm will press down. You're welcome to set a block underneath the hand and find your open twist to the left. And getting some rotation into the shoulder girdle, sweep the fingertips back and then forward, inhale, back, forward, exhale, up and back. So just moving at the pace of your breath, letting this movement be fluid. Take one more. And then reset the left arm over the right. Here we go to rise. So anchor down through the feet, active the core, make the core active, pull the belly in and up, then begin to lift the weight off the right fingertips and slowly rise up. Open crescent twist. Woo. Stay steady with the breath. Maybe turning the gaze towards the left arm. Again, a lot of reach goes into the back arm. With every inhale, see how tall you can grow, and every exhale, you're wringing it out, pulling the belly in, stretching back through the left arm. Challenge yourself by bending the left knee a little bit deeper. Take one more breath here. When the left arm reaches forward, both arms lift. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, tip forward halfway. Shift the weight into the left foot. Take a big step forward into your chair pose. Both knees bend deeply. Weight is in the heels. Steady the breath, steady the mind, and steady the body. Roll the inner thighs down. Trust yourself as you keep shifting the weight to the heels. Imagine there's a chair behind you. Sit back a little deeper. Press down through the feet. Inhale, rise up, little back bend at the top, elbows wide. And exhale, come to a neutral spine, hands to heart. Pause here. And again, just observe the state of your being. Be fully with yourself in body, mind, and heart. All right, from here, if you have a blanket at the center of your mat, I would suggest setting it to the side. And we're gonna come back to the top of the mat in Tadasana to begin, and then moving through a little chair sequence. So it goes inhale, chair, knees bend, arms extend. Exhale to straighten the legs and bend the elbows wide. Inhale, bending knees, sinking hips back. Exhale, straightening legs, bending elbows, opening chest. A few more times. Inhale, sitting low. Exhale, standing tall, opening the chest. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Adding on this time. Inhale, chair. Exhale, shift the weight into your left foot. Begin to rise and lift the right knee up, hip height, into one-legged Tadasana. From here, eagle pose, Garudasana. Give a bend to your left knee. Rock the right thigh over the left. You can set the right toes down using them like a kickstand, or you can start to wrap them around the left calf any amount. Then the right elbow comes under the left, wrapping the forearms. If that's not accessible today, hands can gently rest on the shoulder heads. Shoulder blades pull down the back, and elbows begin to lift up to the shoulder height. Opening up all major joints in the body. Really feel the compression of the limbs, squeezing the inner thighs together like you want to crack a walnut between them. Lean the torso back. Take one more breath here. Then with grace, just the legs unwind, right knee comes up, hinge at the hips, step the right foot all the way back, landing on the ball of the foot. So now you're in a crescent lunge with the eagle bind with the arms. So inhale, elbows and fingertips, a little reach up, gaze follows, and exhale, add a little back bend. A little arch through the upper back. Keep the legs solid and strong, pressing down through the feet, lifting up through the inner thighs. Take one more breath. And then slowly the chin comes down, the elbows come down. Open the arms wide, spin the right heel down, warrior two. And if you need, lower the arms, straighten the left leg. Just let yourself find a little release for a moment. And then when ready, re-extend the arms, re-bend the left knee, warrior two. And just a little flow here. So inhale, left palm open. Exhale, reverse the warrior, stretch up and back. Inhale, reach forward over the left thigh. Exhale, elbow lowers down, right arm comes overhead. And then flowing through that like a dance. Inhale, sweep up and back. Exhale, forward, right arm overhead. A few more times. Inhale. And exhale. Move with your breath. Keep the depth of the left knee. One more time. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, left elbow down, right arm, windmills all the way down. Lower the left hand and unplug the right heel. Then step the right foot in a couple, not maybe like 1 foot in stance or a couple footprints. And then go a little longer with this, wider with the stance of your feet. So toe heel the left foot a little bit wider or the right foot wider. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthening onto fingertips. And exhale, fold over the left leg into your pyramid pose. So if you have a block, it might be nice under the hands. You could keep more extension in the spine if that feels good, or find more of a surrendering shape, letting the torso round over the left thigh. And in this shape, the tendency is for the left hip to draw up and the left waist gets a little bit scrunched up towards the left ribs. So sometimes bringing the left thumb into the left hip crease and drawing the left hip back can help you find more space in the left waist. And then if the left hand is lifted into the hip, lower it down. Give a little bend to your left knee. The right foot will step back a footprint or two and just step on back to downward dog. Then ripple forward into your plank position. So you might need to wiggle the balls of the feet back so the shoulders are over the wrists. Press back through the heels. At the same time, draw the sternum towards the top of the mat. Take a full breath here, finding your strength. And then one more inhale. Shift forward to the tippy toes. Set the knees down. Slowly bend the elbows and lower it down to your belly. From here, into a few back bends. Cobra pose first. So you'll slide the hands back a few inches so the hands are in line with the middle of the ribs. Feet can be hips width distance for a little bit more space in the low back. Press down through the tops of the feet. Anchor down through the pubic bone. Belly pulls up and in. Inhale as you lift the chest and head into Bhujangasana. Shoulder heads are rolling away from the chest. Soft drishti off the nose. There's no strain in the neck. Keep those quads active, lifting the knees. Peel up a little higher, inhale. And exhale, softly lower chest and forehead. Then a few times movement to breath. Engage the legs, inhale, peel up, one vertebra at a time. Exhale, softly lower. Inhale, peeling up with your breath. Press down through the feet, reach through the crown, and exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, peeling up, elbows hugging in, and exhale, lower. Set your left cheek down. Rest your arms beside your body with the palms turned open. Let your heels flop out and eyes close. Let yourself be held by the earth. What can this moment offer you? What are you grateful for in this moment? From here, one more back bend. So the chin will come forward onto the mat. Tops of the hands will stay down. Engage the legs, again lifting the kneecaps. And inhale as you lift the chest and head. And notice that the shoulder heads, it's very easy to let them sag down. So engage the back muscles, squeezing the shoulder blades together, lifting the shoulder heads up, and then elevate the legs as well. Shalabhasana, locust pose. You can keep the tops of the hands down or lift the arms as well. Reaching back through the fingertips, pointing the toes, really active through the legs. It's like you're stretching your body in two. From the hips to the head, you're reaching forward. From the hips to the toes, you're drawing back. Can you lift up everything just an inch higher? Full inhale. Exhale, lower. Set the right cheek down. Rest the tops of the hands. And surrender. From here, bring your chin forward, turn your palms down just outside of the ribs. Inhale, press up, tabletop. Exhale, curl the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in through the nose, cleansing, audible out breath through the mouth. Let's take it over to the other side. So inhale to lift the heels, look forward as you prepare. Exhale, bend the knees. You can take one big step or a few little steps forward. Feet will come hips width distance when you arrive. Inhale, flatten your back, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, shoulder blades pulled down the back. Exhale, bend the knees, touch the belly to the thighs as you round. Root down through the feet, inhale, circle the arms as you lift up, Urdhva Hastasana, palms unite. Exhale, hands draw in front of the heart. Take a breath. I'm going to turn to the other direction so that I'm not talking to you with my back turned to you. And repeating that sequence once more. So inhale, bend the knees, hips back, arms extend, forward and up. Exhale, straighten the legs, elbows go wide, little lift of the sternum. Inhale, sit back into your chair, really deep. Inhale, rise up, elbows bend. A few more times, inhale. Press up, exhale. Inhale, sitting low. Exhale, standing tall. One more time. Inhale, prepare, shift the weight into your right foot. Exhale, rise, lift the left knee up, hip height. Left ankle is flexed. Give a bend to your right knee, cross the left thigh over the right. Again, left toes can be used like a little kickstand, or you can start to wrap them around the right calf. Then the left elbow wraps under the right. The forearms can ravel together, or you can bring the hands gently to the shoulders. Listen to your body. Remember the practice of patience and treating your mind and your body with love and acceptance, with kindness and tenderness as you would Mother Nature. Keep squeezing the thighs. The weight is in the right heel. Hips are sinking low. Spine is leaning back. One more full breath here. Arms stay intertwined. Unravel the left leg. Lift the knee up. Hinge at the hips as you slowly and gracefully step the ball of the left foot back, landing in your high crescent lunge, adding a little back bend. Inhale, elbows and fingertips draw upward. Exhale, little back bend. Feel the foundation through the feet and the legs, energetically scissoring them together. Feeling the strength of the quadriceps and inner thighs. One more deep breath here. Maybe bending into the right knee a little bit more. Then slowly coming out of the back bend. Arms expand open to a T. Left heel spins down. And let's just let go for a little bit. Maybe sway the hips a little side to side. Relax the shoulders. When you feel ready, open up into your warrior stance, calling in that warrior energy, feeling your power, and then adding a flow. Inhale, right arm open, stretch it up and back, reverse. Exhale, reach forward over the thigh, extended side angle, left arm overhead. Inhale, up and back, keeping the depth of the right knee. Exhale, come forward, left arm overhead. Twice more, inhale. And exhale. Just kidding, now two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, big breath in. Exhale, reach forward, left bicep over the head. Windmill the left hand down, then the right hand. Step the left foot in about a footprint or two and begin to straighten the right leg. Come on to fingertips. Inhale as you lengthen your spine. And exhale, allow your spine to fold over the right leg. You can keep that right knee as bent as you need to. I forgot to say that in the first side. But be kind to your hamstring. And remember your steady progression in these poses and in life. Nothing comes overnight, right? It takes time to develop and evolve. So be patient with yourself. Option to bring the right thumb into the right hip crease and kind of push the right hip back away from the right ribs, finding a little bit more length on the right side. Release the right hand down if it's lifted. Inhale, come up halfway. And this time take a quarter turn so you're facing the side of your mat and you're in a wide-legged stance. Inhale, come up to the fingertips, lengthen the spine halfway. And exhale, let the torso round as you draw the crown of your head towards the earth. Walk your hands back in line with the feet. I'll give you a little side view. So try to keep the hips in line with the heels. It can be kind of hard to tell where our bodies are in space sometimes, but try to feel for that alignment. Elbows over the wrists. And just kind of letting gravity do the work for you. Decompressing the low back. And slowly begin to lift the chest. Walk the hands forward off of your mat so you're in a wide-legged down dog stance. The feet and the hips stay where they are. You're just extending the spine forward, pressing down evenly through the palms. And sometimes in this, it's easy to allow the hips to come forward of the ankles. So try to keep them stretching back as you reach forward through the torso. And then adding a twist, bring your right hand, a handprint closer to your left. Thread your left arm underneath your right to grab your outer right leg. It could be your shin, your ankle, maybe even down towards the foot. And then give the slightest little pull, grabbing onto the right leg to spiral the upper back. And you're gazing through the right armpit, just past the tricep. Keep pressing the thigh bones and the shin bones straight back. One more full breath. And then gently release, lower the left hand, and then place the left hand where the right was. Thread the right arm under you. Grab the outer left shin or ankle, maybe closer towards the heel. And slowly giving a little pull on the grip that you have to open the left rib cage. Soft gaze through the left armpit. Weight stays even through the left palm. And you're pressing the legs and hips back. And slowly release, coming out of the twist. Lower your right hand and both hands will come hip or shoulder distance. And just take a moment to pause, neutralizing the spine. And from here, walk the hands back and lift up halfway. Inhale. Pivot and turn towards the top of your mat, so you'll pivot on both feet. Plant the palms, step back to plank position. Last little bit of engagement here. So big, full breath in, pulling the pubic bone up towards the belly. Deep breath out. One more inhale here, lifting through the heart space. Exhale, hips go high, heels stretch down into downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, draw your right knee forward, step it behind the right wrist into half pigeon pose. So you will slide the left knee back, untuck the toes, walk the fingertips back. And if you have a blanket or a block and that right hip is lifted really high, it can be a nice support to bring a cushion or a little bit of a lift under the right glute so that the pelvis is a bit more level. So the fingertips are back. Inhale as you lift the heart space. Exhale, begin to walk forward as you fold over the right shin. And today we'll add a little lateral bend, so walk both forearms over to the left and just notice if that changes the sensation in the outer right hip, how it changes it. If you have a block or any bit of support, you can bring it underneath the forehead to let go of any strain in the neck. Slowly begin to lift your head, walk your arms coming back through center. If you have anything underneath the right hip, remove it from under you. Roll to the outer right hip and swing the left leg forward so you're in a half straddle shape. Left leg extended, sole of the right foot touches the inner left thigh. Inhale, both arms stretch up. Exhale, lower the left hand down to the left leg, let it slide along the leg as you add a lateral bend. So the elbow can stay resting on the thigh. If you have it, you could bring the forearm down just inside of the leg and think of really rooting down through the right sit bone. The right thigh is externally rotating, so you're rolling that outer thigh down and towards the earth, and then breathing space, feeling the stretch into the right side body. Gaze could be down, more neutral, or gazing up past the right arm. Maybe drishti goes inward. Slowly rise all the way up, arms open to a T. Inhale here. Exhale, twist to your right and lower your right palm just behind your back, your right hip rather, about 6 to 8 inches behind you. Press down through your palm as you lift your pelvis. Press down through the sole of the left foot and stretch the left arm behind you. Straighten the left arm. I just can't because there's a wall here. But you're opening the hips, opening the heart. Lift the pubic bone towards the sky. Full breath in, full breath out. And then slowly come back to a seat. Bend the left knee, crossing the shins. Roll over to your hands and knees, and then step it back. Downward facing dog. Switching sides. Inhale, left leg extends high. Exhale, draw the left knee in and step the left knee behind the left wrist. Right knee will slide back. Untuck the back toes. If you like to use a blanket or a prop underneath the left hip. Lifting the seat a little bit. Trying to get the pelvis level. The hips will never be completely square, but try to find both hips lifted the same amount. So props can be good for that. Fingertips walk back. Inhale, lifting the heart, and exhale, walking the hands forward to fold. Adding that lateral bend, walk both arms off to the right. And again, let the head be soft. If you have a bit of support, so the neck can relax, it's helpful. Slowly lift the head, walk the arms back through center, walk them all the way back up towards the shin, remove any props from underneath you, and roll to the outer left hip as you swing the right leg forward into that little half straddle. Inhale, both arms sweep up. Exhale, take it over to the right. Rooting down through the left sit bone, opening the left rib cage. See what creates the most space within the neck and the face. Give yourself permission to look down. If you feel like there's any strain in the left arm, you can also bring the hand behind the head. There's always so many different variations of every pose. It can be fun to just explore it in your body and see what feels best. See what feels appropriate for the moment. Belly draws in to lift you all the way up. Arms open wide, take an inhale. Exhale, twist to your left. Plant the left palm behind your left hip, about 6 to 8 inches. Root down through the palm, lifting the pelvis. Press down through the sole of the right foot as the right arm stretches behind you into stargazer pose. Deep breath here. And slowly lower the hips down. Plant both feet in front of you at the top of your mat. Extend the arms forward. Inhale, drawing the energy up into the chest, through the head, and exhale to slowly round the back, pulling the belly in, lowering with control, one vertebra at a time. Once you're down, bring the feet in closer towards the buttocks, turn the palms down, and feel the 3 points of contact in each foot. So there's the heel bone, the big toe joint, and the little toe joint. Press down through those 3 points and let the toes be soft. Press down through the shoulders and the triceps. On the inhale, begin to lift the sacrum, the low back, the mid back, the upper back, and then sweep the arms overhead. Full expansive breath, pressing down through the shoulders, little lift of the chest in towards the chin. Exhale, lower with control, simultaneously lowering the spine and the arms, matching the movement with your exhalation. Inhale, matching the movement with the inhalation, hips and arms lift. Full breath at the top. And exhale, slowly empty the lungs, lower the spine and the arms. Try to touch the palms and the sacrum down at the same time. And start again. Inhale. Exhale. Take 2 more at your pace. Moving slow and mindfully, feeling the engagement of your glutes. Once the spine is grounded, draw one knee into the chest and then the other. Hug the knees in and give them a little rock side to side. Bring the pelvis, let it be grounded, and then open the knees wide. Bring the ankles over the kneecaps into happy baby pose. You can grab the ankles or the outer edges of the feet, or the peace fingers can wrap around the big toes. And then it might feel nice to rock a little side to side, massaging your low back into the mat. And then find stillness when you're ready, and think of all the length in your spine and imprinting your spinal column down into your mat, pressing down through the tailbone, even towards the low back. There'll be a little lift, but really feel grounded through the spine and the shoulders and the head. And you'll slowly bend the knees to release the feet. Find one final loving embrace. Bring your forehead to meet your knees. Come into a small ball, rounding the back. Tense and squeeze every muscle. Offer up so much love, compassion, and gratitude to yourself. Thank yourself for carving the time to be here for this intimate hour on your mat. Take one more full breath in. Exhale, let the head lower one foot, then the other. Open the arms, extend the legs one at a time, and bring the legs at least as wide as your mat, if not wider. Open the arms, turning the palms up. Snuggle the shoulder blades down the back. Find some freedom within your neck. And let's take one more breath together. Start on empty, part the lips, let out a sigh. Seal the lips and begin taking a slow breath in for 4, 3, 2, hold on 1. Sip in a little bit more. Part the lips and exhale through the mouth. Shavasana. Slowly begin to deepen your breath, awakening your prana. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll your wrists and your ankles. Take a full body stretch. Extend the legs forward and the arms back, creating an infinite shape in your body. Take a big breath in, little arch in the back. Exhale, pull one knee into the chest, then the other, and roll off to one side in fetal pose. Let the eyes stay closed here in this shape of rebirth and renewal. Perhaps shifting the lens in which we view our lives and the world through from this moment, changing our perspective. Keeping the eyes closed, press yourself upright into a seat. Closing practice where we began in Sukhasana, easy seat. Unite your palms at your heart center. Sit up tall. Our expectations for our bodies, for our lives, for where we want the state of the world to be in, all of those expectations can create a lot of impatience, can create angst, and ultimately suffering. So if we are to pierce through the veil of impatience, we must be able to take in the present moment and see what it has to offer us fully. Choose to see the beauty and the blessings within and around your life and within and around the world. I promise you they exist and they are ever present. It's just up to us to change our perspective or our attitude. Take a deep breath in through your nose, please. One more sigh through the mouth. Please lift your thumbs up to your third eye, tilt your head back. May we remember and honor our connection to each other, our connection to this planet and to the universe. Taking a full breath in, full of gratitude. Exhale, bow forward, sealing it all in from my heart to yours. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful day.